Wait, what is this? Actual new Kingdom Hearts content? You've got to be kidding me. So yeah, for the first time since Kingdom Hearts 3D Dream Drop Distance, back in 2012, we've got actual new content. Well, that's if you're not counting Kingdom Hearts Unchained Key, which is still debatable on whether or not it's canon. Anyway, now we're living in 2017 and we've got Kingdom Hearts 0.2 Birth by Sleep, a fragmentary passage, which is just ridiculous enough of a title to fit with the rest of the Kingdom Hearts series. Remember when Aqua fell into the realm of darkness after completing the epilogue in Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep? I remember how in the final mix version of the game you even got to play as Aqua in the realm of darkness. Well, this is more of that basically. The game starts by Jan-Sid talking to Mickey, Riku and Kairi, but having to rescue 3 Keyblade wielders that were lost a long time ago. Aqua, Phantus and Terra. Then Mickey goes on to tell how he met Aqua when he himself was in the realm of darkness. Yes, this whole game is no more than just a flashback. How Mickey knows about the stuff that happens in the part he wasn't there for is beyond me. But let's not question that and get on with the game for now. Walking around the realm of darkness, Aqua sees a number of worlds she's visited before, starting with the Castle of Dreams. When you start the game you're already level 50, which, let's be honest, makes sense because you are a Keyblade Master. You don't have most of your normal abilities like air dashing, double jumping or even magic yet. These are fed to you one at a time over the first half an hour or so of gameplay, where you have to go around finding some kind of gears to reverse time and repair a bridge. This is also a great way to introduce the mechanics you already know from Kingdom Hearts 2 and Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep, while also telling the player that time in the realm of darkness is a fun thing, which is why, while there might have been 10 years passing in the realm of light and a lot of stuff has happened, it might have only been a couple of days for Aqua and she hasn't really aged at all. That's just downright a genius way to combine gameplay like this and filling up what could possibly be a massive plot hole. As I said, the game pretty much plays like a combination of Kingdom Hearts 2 with some Birth by Sleep mixed in and maybe a little touch of 3D every now and then where you can feel it. It's honestly really smooth and this is the engine which will also run Kingdom Hearts 3, which gets me really excited. And that's the whole point of this game. While it does fill in some parts of the story you want to know, the main purpose of this game is to be a demo for Kingdom Hearts 3. It's only 2 or 3 hours long and it gives you a bit of a taste of what you can expect from Kingdom Hearts 3. This game might be a good time what Kingdom Hearts 3 will be like, and I really hope they polish the engine and the game up a little bit more before actually releasing Kingdom Hearts 3. Because while the shading and the textures look gorgeous, and even a demo game like this has the attention to detail you expect from a Kingdom Hearts game, the character models just are not done all that well. The surroundings are so well detailed compared to the rather bland textures on the character model. Aqua just doesn't fit in with the background most of the time, and it feels like her shading is also a little bit off about half the time. They did capture the cartoony style from Kingdom Hearts really well, even with these new and impressive graphics, but they could have at least given some more texture to her skin for instance. That just seems to be a single color with some shading on it. On top of that, they didn't seem to bother to reanimate the lip flaps for the English release, which means sometimes the lip syncing is more than just a bit off. Something which I really hope they at least fix for Kingdom Hearts 3, and I honestly hope it even gets patched into this game at some point. That all being said though, I've got a couple of things which I do love about this game. One of which is that loading screens are very rare, and when they show up, they're usually rather short. Only when loading is safe file you get a little bit of a longer loading screen, which is annoying maybe, but probably won't be that bad, because loading a game, you won't be doing that a lot here, because this game is beatable in pretty much one session for most people. Even going from cutscenes to gameplay, the camera just moves to the proper position behind you and you can get right into the gameplay, which makes the game flow so much more smoothly. At some points the camera also takes a little bit of a lower angle when you're running towards something that the game would see as a challenge, to create a little bit more depth, and the camera also starts to have a light shake to it, making sure you're feeling the danger. All this is done in a way so it's not too obvious, but you probably will still feel it in the way it was intended. So after doing the semi-tutorial part of the game, you've gotten all your abilities, including magic, which is very important to the gameplay. Because not only is magic very strong in this game, it actually puts status effects on the Heartless, like thunder paralyzing them or blizzard even freezing them in place for a little bit. Based on the system in Birth by Sleep with finished commands and command styles, you can also get situation commands which can transform you into a command style or provide you with even more powerful magic. Thunder Jar, Blizzard Jar or Fira Jar. These are just ridiculously powerful and also look downright stunning. Moving on, you start to notice how bland the storytelling gets when Aqua has nobody to talk to but herself. The game consists mostly of Aqua's internal monologue, which makes even less sense because it's a story that's told by Mickey, remember? But just when it starts to get annoying, they throw in someone to make it a bit more interesting. Well, I say someone. It's just a memory that's taken shape because Dark Realm magic shenanigans. But still gives Aqua the chance to express and show her emotions rather than just telling us she feels a certain way. Moving on to the next world, it's based on Dwarf Woodlands, where Aqua first finds a similar vision of Ventus sleeping, and then she's trapped by some kind of mirror. Inside the mirror there's 3 boss fights you need to finish before you can move on. It's your own reflection. Yes, you're actually fighting yourself, and each time you encounter this fight, she actually gets more difficult. This part of the game feels like it drags on a little bit too long, and it's just meant to stretch out the game time ever so slightly. Escaping the horror of this mirror world, we're off next to go to the Forest of Thorns, which is obviously based on the Chance of Dominion. The interesting part about this is that this seems to be the home of the dark sides, because you fight quite a few of them here, ranging from weaker ones, which I would assume are around the level Sorrowface in Kingdom Hearts 1, to much stronger ones. When you get out of this forest you run into Terra again, but this time it seems to be really Terra because he gets taken over by Xehanort. This just screams Terra boss fights, and while I would have loved to see that, they seem to save that for Kingdom Hearts 3 because it doesn't happen. Instead we see how Terra resists Xehanort and lets Aqua escape, implying that Terra still has more control and power to face Xehanort than we assumed he had up until now. And that saving him might not be that difficult of a task after all. Now we get into the deepest and darkest parts of the Realm of Darkness. This is where we run into Mickey, who's looking for the Keyblade of the Dark Realm. You know, that golden one he has? Yes, we're now close to the end of Kingdom Hearts 1 timeline-wise, and as we walk in the Realm of Darkness, we eventually get to Destiny Island. This is just moments after Sora was fighting Ansem here. While Sora's off fighting the huge floating spaceship of Heartless, which we all remember as the final boss of the first game, we are now here on Destiny Island fighting Swarm of Heartless, which has been a recurring boss fight in this game so far. When you manage to beat the boss fight, which is epic as hell by the way, Mickey finds the Kingdom Key D behind the door in the secret place in Destiny Islands. Oh my god, it's been 15 years and now we finally know what's behind that door, holy shit. Then there's a shit ton of cutscenes reconnecting everything back together to Kingdom Hearts 1 so it makes sense and setting us up for Kingdom Hearts 3. Altogether, this game is a great start to Kingdom Hearts 3. But then again, if Kingdom Hearts 3 is just this but longer, I won't be happy. The graphical problems I talked about in this video need to be fixed for Kingdom Hearts 3, even if it needs to get pushed back another year to realize that. The writing in this game is not great, but I'm sure for a full game like Kingdom Hearts 3, that won't be a problem. As I said before, this is more of a demo than anything else. Buying Kingdom Hearts 2.8, which is the only way of getting this game, also comes with an hour-long movie giving backstory on the Keyblade War, and an HD remaster of Kingdom Hearts 3D. This game is the last new content we get before the Kingdom Hearts 3 release. In March we'll get the combined 1.5 plus 2.5 HD remix for the PS4, but after that the next thing we should be getting is Kingdom Hearts 3, and I can't wait for it. So hit that subscribe button and like to keep up to date with my channel, and stay tuned for that video.